everyone, how's it going? Most of you know that my channel is all about my journey and the pros and cons that I have about tiny house living, homestead living. One of the other things that I document are the maintenance and repair issues around my tiny house, the mobile home, and the homestead, including the gardens. And last year, 2 years ago, I put up a small garden and I put a fence around it. That fence did not make it. The next year I put up a better fence and the old garden still had the old fence. It did not make it, it knocked down. Oh, that's what we're gonna be fixing today. Learning from our mistake of using 1/4 inch stakes instead of 2-inch stakes, which is what the new garden section has, is 2-inch stakes, which has held up very nicely for the past year. We're going to be making the old garden section look like the new garden section, and finally the whole entire garden section will have the same fencing. Recently I did go to Mississippi again and I got 45 garden stakes. They're 4 feet each, and we're going to be using those. One thing I want to mention is that I only need 11 of them for this project because there are a few that are in there from when I had some leftovers from the new gardens, but I got the extra ones just in case anything is to happen to any of these. Then I have a spare one to go to. I can also build other small sections of garden somewhere else using those stakes as a fence. So I put the rest of the stakes that we're not going to be using in the garage, and we're going to go out there. I'm going to show you what we're working with. I do have that pole pounder that we're going to be using instead of a hammer because, learning from last time, the hammer did not work and the pole pounder did the job. It's about 45 degrees today. It's going to be 59 tomorrow, but it's going to rain, and then the rest of the week is going to be freezing cold, so I want to get this done before that happens. So I'm going to meet you out there. We're going to go by the gardens. The stakes are already over there, and we're going to get started. Okay, these are our supplies for today. This is the fence that we're working with. Everything from here all the way around to there has old stakes. And I'm going to show you what happened when they're in the ground and the elements hit them. They broke off at the bottom. That's what happened with all of these. This is the door section. So basically we're just going to be replacing them with bigger posts. I had those 2 extra ones right there that I tried to keep that area up with because it had fallen down earlier. That side right there also needs to be done. I'm going to be cutting the garden that is on the opposite side of it, but for right now, one of the first things we're going to do is use these clippers and take off this black fencing, the netting that's around there, because there's bird netting underneath that we're going to be taking off, and then we're going to be replacing the old sticks with the new sticks and then putting the black netting back on with zip ties. So we need to take that off first to get this job done properly. That's how I affixed this netting, was from the outside or from the inside. Then we're taking this old netting off. For now, we're going to keep these old sticks in here so that we know where to replace them. These also can be taken out and reused. Now I can get through here. Might as well even pull up some of these old dead weeds and plants. As I take this off, I'm going to be rolling this up. Okay, got our first piece of bird netting off. I'm gonna, it's probably reusable, but I'm not going to reuse it. I don't know what else I don't know what I could use it for. And I'd have to clean it up. I don't know what I would use it for. If you guys have any ideas about how to use old bird netting, drop them in the comments below. Alright, we are almost done with the first stretch of this. Save this for putting that back on there. Now we are going to save the door. We will put the same door on afterward, but it's going to be connected to the sturdier stakes. All right, here's our door. Side fell, so we're going to take off the black netting first. Got another piece of netting off. There's a huge anthill on the outside of this fence. Definitely going to need one on the corner there. This one could go in a little deeper. Rolling this up has kind of gotten away from us. It's just not the size it's supposed to be. It's extending way further. I had no idea that was going to work, but it did. Oh my God, so much easier. Now this side of the garden, I also put the fencing on the inside of it because the garden on the outside had already started growing and I didn't want to walk in there or mess any of that up. a lot easier to do than I imagined. We have this last little section left, and then the entire old garden section is cleared. I am going to bring out the weed eater and weed eat at least the inside of this section so that I could re-put this fence back up. I might see if there's anything hiding underneath this, and I might even, kind of looks like, I don't know what's under there, but who knows, there's probably nothing under there, but I might get the weed eater out, pull some of these weeds so I can put this fence back up. I went ahead and weed eated that whole section right there, clearing out the fence line as well as the sunflower garden that is beyond the fence. I don't know if I should put the sunflower garden inside the gardens. I think I'll keep it out and find some other type of way to cover it because none of the sunflowers made it. I did bring a rake out, and I'm going to rake up some of this stuff out that way so that I can have a clear space to put the fence up. It's all cleaned up. I have it all in a big pile here. I'm gonna go around now and place all of the stakes in the spots that have the short stakes. So if you guys see right here, those two stakes are new, so we don't need to replace those. And this end one also has one, so we don't need to put one there, but we can take away that old one. Okay, we're starting right here. We're replacing this one. See how this is starting? This was in the ground, so it would have broken eventually. Broke at the bottom. They were in the ground. They get too soft. Now that all of our stakes are up, I'm gonna start putting this black netting back up, and I'm gonna start over there on that corner, come all the way down here, round this corner, and end up at that door. I might even eliminate this door right here and just use that door. However, I did like the door right here, so we'll see what happens. I do have a section to put all of that right there, which I might just do it all the way it was put back because that's how it was taken off. Like, that door belongs in that section right there, where I can walk into this ground garden section. I think I'm gonna leave the door there. I like that I have multiple doors. I have one over there, one right here, one right there, and I want to add one all the way down there. Let's get to this. Because this rest of this garden, the netting was put on the outside of the stakes, I'm going to be doing that same thing with this. The last time I put it on the inside of the garden, just because there was a lot of plants growing here and I didn't want to walk in there to get to the stakes, so it was a lot easier to access them from the inside. However, now that I weed-eated all of that mess out of there, I can get on the outside and put the fencing on the outside and just make this whole entire garden uniform. Okay, one thing I want to mention about this is that this is 4 feet and these are 4 feet. However, I put the stakes in the ground about 1 foot, so we only get to work with 3 foot of this netting. And one of the reasons why the fence fell before was because this top layer was put over the old garden section rather than under the wood chips in the new section. But because the wood chips are down already, we're not going to do that. I'm going to attach the top all the way down and then we're going to cut the bottom. That's probably the only thing I'm going to be able to do. I might be leaving some at the bottom just so animals can't crawl through there, but we'll see what happens. Now that we have reached the corner, do you guys remember in my other garden fence video where we cut the bottom so that I can move this around? Otherwise, it's going to leave like a round thing down there and not be as straight as it should be. So I'm gonna go get the clippers and clip the bottom. It's just basically clipping in like this so that this piece can then move that way. And you see what I mean? About 8 to 12 inches of the bottom of that is sticking out. We could either cut that, maybe we could even put a layer of dirt over it, make this into a raised garden bed, and that would prevent animals from coming in through this side, because all around there I have that piece underneath all of the wood chips. So in order to get in there, they're either going to have to break the plastic, which they have on the end over there. They've broken the bottom of the plastic and gotten in somehow. This stuff is very flimsy and cheap. It's not like it's a really strong material or anything, but it does the job for the most part. And I wanted to do this before the winter started because that was just laying down, and who knows what kind of animals were hiding in here and whatnot. So I just wanted to get this ready for the spring. Another thing I went ahead and did was put the black netting underneath those logs, but only on this side. Maybe I can do the same thing on this side and line that with logs, just so that it's just another deterrent for animals to get in. Put this whole side on, and now I'm going to around this corner, and this is all we have to do. It's looking really good, a lot cleaner and neater than the old fencing because I had the bird netting up there and just put the black netting over it. It weighed it down, it weighed those small sticks down, so this is going to be a lot better. This section right here overlapped. That was that extra piece that needed to be put right there. This went to here, and then there was a piece that was almost as big as this, so I attached it to there. I'm going to be connecting the door right now, and then this rest of this piece is going to be going right there, and that will be our finished project. I'm going to go ahead and connect this on this end because this is the end. I open it from that end, so I'm going to connect it. And then I'm going to do it one more time with this end one. And then of course this side I do not connect, but it can open when I need it to, and I usually close it with some kind of bungee or mechanism. Our door can open again. And now we're moving on to the rest of this garden, the rest of the fence. This is the piece that I took off of here to here, so I'm going to start on this end. And again, we're going to attach it to the top and let the bottom come out. This, we're probably just going to have to connect to that. All right, now we're going to work on this last piece. Let's see if it can reach. I think it will. This piece we'll have to take out. Yep, that reaches. We are done with this project. Put up the whole entire fence, and now it matches the rest of the fence. It matches the rest of the gardens. This door right here stayed put. I put the rest of the fencing on this side, connected it to this, but the door opens in the middle here, so we didn't have to do anything with that. See how easily this breaks? I got cut. But the bottom of this fencing, I don't know whether to cut, or I could put an extra layer of wood chips on top of that. If we come down here, you'll see that I had to break apart this anthill just because it was in the way. Ended up putting the rest of the black netting under here and around the corner, so I might try to do that with this section right here. And again, this is going to open, but we want this to close so that animals do not get in there. And for the most part, it does close pretty well. I think we are done with this project, and thank goodness. It looks a lot better than before. Woo! What a project, especially doing that in the cold. There was a lot of steps in that. First we had to take down the old black netting, then we had to take down the old bird netting, then we had to take out the old sticks, replace the old sticks with the new stakes, and then put up the black netting again. One of the things that we didn't do to this garden that we did to the last garden was, again, the net at the bottom is sticking out. I could either cut that or try to find a way to bury it so that it helps deter animals from trying to get into the garden, even though they're going to find a way in anyway. I don't know. I am so glad that it's done. I'm glad it's done for winter, and I'm glad it's done for the next spring. I'm also glad I got the sunflower garden weed-eated, because that's another project that needed to be done. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications bell so you can receive a notification every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Which is what the old, don't put that. And that will be our finished product. Don't put that. Recently, don't put that.